The AI has declared victory.
Victory? What does that mean?
It means our strategy worked, the simulations were right.
But at what cost?
Today, we explore the Japanese letter frontier, the military escalation in the Strait of Hormuz, and this year's Pulitzer Prize winners.
We'll also look at the diplomatic rift between President Trump and the Pope, plus the latest trends in high fashion.
First, according to government reports, the United States has reached a major new pre-screening deal with the leading Japanese letter giants.
It's incredible how fast the landscape is shifting. According to Yahoo News and the international news agency Reuters, we've just seen a major turning point in how the United States government handles artificial intelligence, or AI.
That's right, Mark. Microsoft, Google's parent company Alphabet, and Elon Musk's startup X, AI have all officially agreed to share their new artificial intelligence models with the government before they are released to the public.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because this didn't happen overnight. This framework has been building since the 2023 Executive Order on AI, a presidential directive aimed at ensuring safe development. And now, under the current administration's AI Action Plan, it's becoming the industry standard. But while the United States is focused on preventing future catastrophes, other parts of the world are dealing with AI being used for some truly horrific crimes right now. According to a report from the Russian state media outlet RT, the United Kingdom is seeing a surge in modern slavery linked to AI.
The numbers are staggering. In 2025, the United Kingdom reported over 23,000 cases of potential victims of modern slavery. That's a 22% increase in just 1 year.
Wait, how does AI fit into human trafficking? That sounds like a very physical, low-tech crime.
You'd be surprised. Traffickers are using AI-driven scams, deepfakes, which are hyper-realistic fake videos or audio, and synthetic identities to recruit and control victims at a scale that was previously impossible. It allows them to operate with much greater anonymity.
So instead of just physical force, they're using digital deception to trap people. It's terrifying because it makes the exploitation so much harder to detect. I heard about this. She used an AI tool to write a legal brief, and it just made things up.
Worse than that, the AI generated 5 completely fictitious case citations and 3 fake quotes. The real problem was that the trial judge didn't catch it and actually included those fake citations in the final court order.
That's a nightmare for judicial integrity. If the law itself is being hallucinated by a chatbot, the whole system falls apart.
It really does. Deborah Leslie has been barred from appearing before the state Supreme Court for 6 months and has to take ethics classes. The court was very clear. Using AI is fine, but submitting fake law is a violation of the basic duties of a lawyer.
It's a cautionary tale for any professional. Whether it's national security, criminal networks, or the courtroom, we're seeing that AI requires a level of human oversight we haven't quite mastered yet.
Looking ahead, we're going to see a lot more of these guardrails being built. But as we saw in the United Kingdom, the criminals are often moving faster than the regulators.
It's a constant race between innovation and safety. And speaking of security risks and government intervention, these technological tensions are mirrored in the physical world, particularly where global energy supplies are at stake.
It absolutely is, Mark. This isn't just a small patrol. United States Central Command, or CENTCOM, the military command responsible for the Middle East, describes Project Freedom as a major military operation aimed at securing safe passage for commercial vessels. The strait has been effectively sealed by Iran since the conflict began back on February 28th.
I read that Iran is using everything from mines and drones to fast-attack craft to keep ships out. How is the United States responding to that specific threat level?
According to CENTCOM spokesperson Tim Hawkins, the priority is creating safe paths through the waterway. They are essentially providing armed escorts for tankers. However, the cost is already climbing. Secretary of State Marco Rubio confirmed that 10 civilian sailors have tragically died in the conflict so far, and the United States Navy has destroyed 7 Iranian fast boats in recent skirmishes.
10 lives lost already. That's devastating for the merchant shipping community. And with over 1,500 vessels trapped inside the Persian Gulf, the economic pressure must be immense. Is there any sign that this operation will actually open the gates soon? Speaking of energy, what's going on with the United Arab Emirates? I heard they made a shocking move regarding OPEC, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, just before an attack occurred.
It's a historic clash. Pope Leo XIV, who is actually the first American-born pope, has been a fierce critic of this war since it started. He calls it unjust and has been using his platform to preach peace. President Donald Trump, however, accused the Pope of endangering Catholics by being too soft on Iran's nuclear ambitions.
That's a heavy accusation to level at the pontiff. Donald Trump even suggested the Pope thinks it's fine for Iran to have nuclear weapons, which the Vatican has explicitly denied. Why is the rhetoric getting so personal now? That sounds like a massive undertaking, Elena. It's interesting how these awards often reflect the most pressing political tensions. Did they mention any other notable winners?
They did. A special citation was awarded to the Miami Herald for their investigative work on the Jeffrey Epstein case, the financier who was convicted of sex trafficking from years ago. The committee noted that their reporting gave a voice to victims and continues to have a global impact even today.
It's incredible that reporting from nearly a decade ago is still being recognized. It feels very relevant right now, especially with the news coming out of France regarding that same case.
You're right, Mark. According to the French state-owned international news network France 24, new accusations have surfaced against a French modeling scout named Daniel Syed. 2 former models, Juliette G. and Ebba Carlson, have come forward with very specific details about how they were groomed for Epstein.
70% off is huge. I also heard that the activewear brand Alo Yoga is doing something special for their anniversary. Is that their Aloversary sale?
That's the one. They're offering 30% off site-wide. Interestingly, they've started giving early access to members of their loyalty program. It's a smart move to build community, and experts say it's helping them compete directly with giants like Lululemon.
It seems like everyone is looking for a good deal lately. Even in the high fashion world, there's a focus on versatile, high-quality pieces. Did you see the new Kanako Tamura collection?
I did. According to the Japanese fashion news site Fashion Press, her autumn and winter 2026 collection features these beautiful satin rose motifs. What's clever is that she's designed a mini bag that doubles as a belt. It's a very romantic, fairytale aesthetic, but with a practical twist for modern consumers.
I love that blend of art and utility. But while we're seeing these celebrations of fashion and art, there's some serious tension building up in Europe right now regarding the Victory Day celebrations, the holiday commemorating the Soviet Union's victory over Nazi Germany in 1945. Wait, is this because of the drone threats? I heard the parade itself is going to look very different this year.
Precisely. For the first time in about 20 years, they've removed heavy weapons like tanks from the parade to minimize the risk of a high-profile attack. It's a stark contrast to the usual show of military might. Vienna has always been a bit of a hub for international intelligence, hasn't it? The Austrian government is under a lot of pressure from Ukraine to ban the event, but they're trying to balance their neutral status with these new security concerns.
It's a complicated web of culture, history, and modern conflict. It really makes you realize how interconnected all these stories are, from the courtroom to the fashion runway and the diplomatic stage.
It really does. Whether it's through a journalist's lens or a diplomat's move, everyone is trying to navigate a very complex global landscape right now.
Speaking of the global landscape and how these major events impact our daily lives, let's wrap things up with a look at the bigger picture for the week ahead.
Today, we examined the U.S. government's Japanese letter safety deals, and the alarming reports of Japanese letter-assisted modern slavery in the UK.
It was shocking to hear about the legal sanctions in Georgia caused by those Japanese letter hallucinations. What a risk to judicial integrity.
We also broke down the surge in energy volatility following the military operations in the Strait of Hormuz and the rift between President Trump and the Pope.
Between the Pulitzer winners and the fashion trends in Vienna, there's certainly no shortage of news. All the links to our sources are in the comment section.
We'd love to hear your take on these global shifts. Thank you for listening to our broadcast this Wednesday.
Stay informed and have a wonderful evening.